If you're learning a language and you want to know when to focus on a particular accent, then stick around and watch this video. Now, I'm joking. The answer is like as soon as possible. It's really just a matter of like how much content exists in your target language. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Neon, and I'm a native English speaker who's learning Spanish. I learned through comprehensible input, which is basically just content where you can understand the general idea, even though you don't understand every single word. And I just watched a ton of that basically, and then boom, one day I could speak. Personally, in my case, I decided to focus on Spanish from Mexico at about 300 hours. Now, there's a few different reasons for this, but the primary one was that I learned with a program or with a YouTube channel called Dreaming Spanish, and a lot of the content at the time for super beginners and beginners was done by Pablo. Pablo's one of the co-founders, if you guys don't know him, and he is from Spain, specifically like the Barcelona area, right? So I watched a lot of his content in the beginning, so much so that when I tried to give like examples of like pronunciation for certain things to friends and family, occasionally that accent would be the default that like would slip out of me, right? Like I tried to show the difference between like Latin Spanish or Latin American Spanish and Spain Spanish. I was like, oh yeah, it's gracias y gracias, right? But I accidentally said gracias for both because that's how ingrained it was. But yeah, I was watching a lot of his content. I watched a lot of content from Argentina, Colombia, Mexico as well. And then once I got to about 300 hours of input, I was able to understand a lot more content for intermediate learners. I was watching native YouTube videos for native speakers, primarily videos from Cocinando Korea and Luisito Comunica. Those two channels got me through my Dreaming Spanish slump because at that point I wanted something different. I had consumed a lot of content from Dreaming Spanish, so I needed to switch things up. But yeah, I started watching content more from Mexican Spanish speakers. I didn't stop watching content from other regions. I just decided to focus primarily on content from Mexico. So at that point, at least with Dreaming Spanish, I started watching a lot of videos from Andrea, the GOAT. Shout out Andrea. And yeah, like if you're trying to learn, for example, Japanese from Tokyo, a lot of the content for Japanese learners is done in, I believe it's called Kanto-ben, the type of Japanese from that area, that region. So you can start focusing on that type of Japanese from day one. If you start a little bit later like I did, or if you start even later than I did, focusing on a particular accent, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be good. Like you'll be okay. That just means that you're going to get even more experience understanding people from different regions. Because, even if you focus or you have a particular region that you want to sound like you're from at the end of the day, then you still need to practice understanding different speakers from different regions. And so that just means you're going to be better at that. And, there's always things that you can do to refine how you sound even more, or to sound even more like you're from a particular region. Something that I have started doing recently, which I will be talking about more in future videos, is chorusing. It's basically like a type of shadowing to try and like really dial in like that Mexican accent that I want. But yeah, if the content is available, go for it. The sooner the better, but if you start later, don't worry. Oh, I get another thing that's really important. Like, don't worry if there's not enough content from your particular region. Identity plays a big role into how you sound. Like, let's say you want to sound like a speaker from Paraguay, right? And you can't find a lot of content from there. Don't worry, because if you speak with people from there frequently, if you make a lot of friends from there, if you start to self-identify as Paraguayan, right? Or at least someone who's like deeply related to the people there, to the culture, then you will start to subconsciously sound more and more like a speaker from that area. Identity is one of the biggest determining factors in how well someone learns a language. I identify very strongly with my Mexican heritage. and just Mexican speakers in the area that I live in. So I think that's part of what has contributed to my success. Like, I only recently started doing things to really like refine how I sound in Spanish, but I just, without having done much except for watch content from Mexico, I would say I've already developed like a really good sound or a really good accent and pronunciation and stuff like that. So yeah, identity plays a big role. You know, there's a lot of like people that I've met on Hello Talk that aren't from Mexico, but they spend a lot of time on there speaking with people from Mexico, and they end up picking up the Mexican accent or what a version of it, right? Like, there was this girl I used to speak with from this like Hello Talk voice room group, and she was from Peru, and she sounded like she was from Mexico, and she kept complaining that it was because she was talking too much to all the other Mexican speakers in the room. So yeah, just, you know, keep that in mind. Identity plays a big role in how we sound. I hope this video has been clear and concise and, you know, thoroughly informative. If there's anything in particular that you guys want me to talk about next, please let me know in the comments. And also, like, let me know what region you want to sound like you're from with whatever language you're learning, and let me know the reason why. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, wait. Before I forget, if you're a native speaker of Spanish, or like you're learning Spanish, or you can understand it, check out my other channel, Nillon en Español. Over there, I'll be just kind of uploading content about like whatever I feel like talking about. It's mostly just a space to practice my Spanish. If that sounds interesting to you, please check that out. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe. That would be great. I would very much appreciate that. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.